When the invitation arrived, we were honored and a little baffled. The formal card read, "Mrs. Brandini invites you for an intimate evening to drink reserve and remember." Then we saw the date. Could it really be 10 years later? The dinner would be on the anniversary of her husband's abandonment all those years before. My wife and I were most intrigued to be invited. I loved the old lady, of course, but I had hated Lester Brandini. Regardless, her reserve was legendary. My wife and I would definitely attend. In a community of winery owners and ranchers known for being, well, just plain nice, Lester had been the Rasputin of the Wine Growers Association. Meetings and harvest festivals had always ended in shouts and even one fistfight back when Lester was in our lives. Everyone secretly cheered when he left, except for Mrs. Brandini, presumably. It surprised no one that the monster would leave such a lovely lady as Aggie Brandini. Awful in public, we all suspected worse abuses by Lester behind their closed doors. The whispers from the tasting rooms said Lester fled to Spain, but left her plenty in the divorce. She never offered any details. Aggie never confirmed nor denied any rumors, so after a while we all stopped asking. The wine community had seen her thrive after that. Now, 10 years later, she had us all to dinner with lots of wine and a big slice of memory pie. Lit by candles, the main tasting room sparkled. The dinner was set up family style, and we all passed around the dishes until our plates were much too full. The wine and gourmet treats filled our noses and then our bellies. Customary when winemakers get together, we all brought several bottles from our own stock, and Aggie had put out 7 bottles of her special reserve. Made by her personally, only 50 cases a year, a reserve bottle retailed for $275 a bottle. They began to empty quickly. Our plates cleaned, the stories flew around the elegant affair. Remember the costume party, Harvest Fest in, what was it, 97 or 98? Her husband reminded her it was 98. She continued, "Right, Lester came in that kilt with those obnoxious bagpipes." My wife jumped in. "I remember he wasn't wearing underwear." "Exactly. He mooned everyone. Oh, my God, so gross." We all laughed. Mrs. Brandini laughed most of all. "He was a bastard, all right, but he was my bastard. To Lester." The glasses raised again. The wine continued to loosen the mood. James, who ran Cutlass Wines, finally asked what we had all been wondering for years. "Aggie, did the bastard ever turn up? Any contact after he left?" The mood changed, the question laying an immediate hush over us. All eyes on the great lady. But Aggie didn't answer. Instead, she laughed and turned the conversation. "I think about the simplicity of it all. Grapes, sweetness, sourness. I mean, there's a hell of a lot of chemistry and pH testing and hard science we must know. Of course, we are all adroit at what we do. We can talk about microclimates and loamy soil and grades and elevations, or how much rain we didn't get last year." We all gave a commiserate groan. Aggie continued, "But it really comes down to grapes going bad and the delightful pursuit of lining up everything so it happens in just the right order at just the right time." She lifted her glass. "To make this amazing, yummy juice we drink. We use words in our tasting room description lists like elements of raspberry, coffee, or dark chocolate." She laughed again. "No one puts down what we really grow it in.